man named Daniel Kelly. This is Daniel Kelly right here. Daniel Kelly was a bushranger and is most famous for being Ned Kelly's little brother. Ned Kelly was the most famous bushranger of the 19th century. Here is a wanted poster of them right now. Daniel Kelly was born on the 1st of June 1861 in Beveridge, Victoria, and was said to have died on the 28th of June 1880. Australia is very famous for its bushrangers. Bushrangers are criminals who were known to steal cattle, money and gold. There are about 2,000 in Australia and many of them used to be convicts. Daniel Kelly's dad was a convict from Ireland who died of a disease named dropsy when Daniel was a young boy. After this, their family had to move a lot and were sometimes homeless, and many of Daniel's brothers ended up in jail when he was a teenager. Daniel was actually first arrested by police when he was only 10 years old with his brother Jim. He said that they borrowed some horses without permission. They were eventually able to leave because they were so young. Daniel Kelly formed part of the Kelly gang. The gang robbed banks, took over towns and killed people. In 1877, Ned Kelly shot and injured a policeman who was trying to arrest Daniel Kelly for horse theft. The brothers fled into the bush and went looking where two other men joined them to form the Kelly gang. Daniel's mum was arrested for hiding her sons and sentenced to 3 years in prison. In 1878, the gang wanted to earn enough money to get their mum out of jail. They went to Bullock Creek where they made alcohol to sell. At this time, there were still policemen looking for them. The gang ended up ambushing the policemen and shooting them. This is when they became famous Australians for being outlaws. The government said that they could be shot at any time without any warning, and anybody could catch the Kelly gang, dead or alive, and would be paid £2,000. Many police were hunting for them. Here's pictures of the police that they shot, and here is Daniel Kelly. In December 1878, the gang robbed a bank in New South Wales. The next year in New South Wales, they locked the town's policemen in their own police cells and kept the other people of the town hostage while they robbed the bank. They were not caught. Their terror ended in the small town of Glenrowan, where the Kelly gang took over 60 hostages at a hotel and prepared for a fight. The police surrounded the Glenrowan Inn. The gang began firing their weapons. The group wore homemade suits of steel armour. The armour was not as effective as the gang had hoped. Here is a picture of their armour. Daniel Kelly and 2 others were shot dead or may have killed themselves, and the hotel was then burnt to the ground. There was no autopsy on Daniel, but it was said that his body had been identified by police. Here is a painting that an artist painted on that day. There have been suspicious stories that he survived the fire, with a man named James Ryan coming out in 1934 in Brisbane and saying that he was the real Daniel Kelly. Perhaps we'll never know the real truth. I am Sahara and thank you for listening.